Welcome to Mr. Wizard's Workshop, episode 25. Target affluent clients is the focus for today. So I'm a big fan of Eben Pagan and his lovely wife, Annie Lala. I recently attended a live workshop that Eben presented, Rich Niches, where he taught how to think about and approach attracting and working with affluent clients. In this week's episode, I wanted to share some of the key points. So this is Eben's quote: "If you want to feel good, coach everyone. If you want to make money, coach people with money." So this might seem obvious, but I've observed many hiring coaches, especially, who don't seem to grasp this principle. I think part of it's because there's maybe a fairly widespread mindset that wealthy means trust fund brats who inherited their money and live lives of indolent absorption. They're obnoxious gits, in other words. The truth is much closer to the description in the book, The Millionaire Next Door, which I recommend. Actually, it's a very good book. There are 22 million millionaires in the U.S. and 56 million millionaires in the world. Most of them are not the kind of standard idea that many people who aren't affluent, especially, have about people who are. They're good people who live good lives. They earn their money, usually with their own business. Some of the other characteristics: they're willing to take risk. They believe in their ability to generate wealth. They rate luck as very low on the scale of success factors. They employ top experts to sort out their tax, legal, and business problems. And they believe in the value of paying for quality consulting or coaching. They also appreciate the value of their time, energy, and attention and try to invest it wisely. So part of what Eben really focused on, and I found it illuminating, was what do successful people need or want in a coach? Point was that successful people need empathy. They need people that understand. Having money does not solve all your problems. It does not magically make you happy. Sure, being rich is definitely better than being poor, but there's a whole lot more to life than material wealth. He also pointed out that the best communication style for affluent clients, what they appreciate the most, is people who are direct, professional, and empathetic. The basic takeaway is, in conversations with them, get straight into it. For example, during my discovery calls with potential clients, I get to the key questions like, what are your goals? What are your challenges? What do you want to avoid? What do you think is holding you back from achieving your goals in the first few minutes? I'll invest, a minute or two and just very, warm up, hey, how you doing? Try to find something in, since it's always a Zoom meeting, in their environment to comment on, ask a brief question about, but I don't spend a whole lot of time in that chit chat. I go ahead and get to it pretty quickly. So another area that Eben elaborated on and described was the best niches for affluent clients. So if you accept the mindset that it's better to target affluent clients, then it's good to have an understanding of the key business or the key niches where they congregate. So we all want to be successful in these days in all parts of our lives. And I think this is especially true for people who are already financially successful. So everyone is in transition in some part of their life. So the first niche is wellness. It's a $5 trillion industry. The second one is relationships and romantic love. Like everyone else, affluent people are interested in having good relationships and having a life partner, and they probably face in some ways, some additional challenges in that area. The third one is experience and hobbies. So the affluent, you have a type of, like to invest in experiences for themselves and for their families. Number four is business. As I said earlier, most affluent people made their money in business. The fifth one is money and finances. So money is challenging for a lot of people and they need help with it, including people who have money. So as I mentioned, one of the characteristics of affluent people is they are willing to invest in top-notch tax people, business consultants, any areas where they're having problems in the financial arena or they have challenges, then they're willing to invest in getting those challenges addressed. And the last one is spirituality. I didn't do the research on, there are a lot of people out there who focus on that particular niche, whether it's meditation, yoga. There's a big demand for help for people to move along in their spiritual journey. So the action item for this week is write down a detailed description of your ideal client, including their we'll just say level of affluence. So another way to think about that, what's the realistic minimum income or net worth of your ideal client? For example, for me, so I'm a business coach, and my ideal client is successful entrepreneurs, because I'm homing in on the business side, who struggle with procrastination, time management, energy management, getting their shit done, because that's what I'm all about, accountability wizard. And my realistic minimum income is from their business is 100K. I was thinking about that as I was putting together this presentation. That might be a little low, but honestly, especially at the package level, my coaching packages now, someone who is generating, say, 100K or more a year from their business, there's a real ROI for the services that I bring. Maybe I need to, or at some point, maybe as I kind of climb my level of accomplishment and influence, maybe I'll raise that up, but maybe not. That your action item is kind of do the same thing, especially focusing on thinking about, what's the minimum financial requirement for your clients. I mean, obviously, if someone's homeless, they're probably not going to be a potential client. So there's the flip side of that is, in the real world, maybe a billionaire, not necessarily going to be in your target audience. So there's a wide range there, but try to home in on what is that range, or what's the minimum for you and the service or package that you offer. So as usual, if you found this video useful or helpful, you know what to do. Like, subscribe. If you know someone who'd enjoy or benefit from it, please send them the link. And as always, if you have any questions watching this video after the live session, post them. I always respond to posts. And oops, I didn't update that slide, but I'll think about what would be beneficial to post in the description here, what links to post. I'll probably put a link to The Millionaire Mind, because I think that's a really good book, and it provides a lot more context around what affluent people are really like versus the not that accurate stereotype. And if you are already registered for this workshop, then I invite you to level up your productivity in weekly bite-sized chunks. You're invited to register, and I will put the link for the registration in the description of this week's recording.